Blackpool, Blackpool, Blackpool. I don't know if I've seen a club that have been stitched up with more owners more consistently. We made a video on them like half a decade ago based on their financial struggles then. Back then, it was Oyston out, and now Simon Sadler, a local lad, he rescued Blackpool from the Oyston era. Now he's being done for insider trading. That was a year ago, but Blackpool's still kind of in financial limbo. They need some help. They need some success. I'm taking over today as manager and owner of Blackpool. I'm going to get him out of League One, get him out of financial strife, and make Blackpool a juggernaut of English and European football. So, we take over here at the seaside town. It's been a seaside resurgence for a lot of English clubs. You got the southern ones like Bournemouth that have actually stood up and become decent clubs in the past decade. Blackpool's looking to be the Bournemouth of the north, but it really is a mixed bag of a squad here. Definitely some key areas I want to improve from the jump. But with a pretty limited budget, I'm going to be looking to sell a lot of our older, high-value players and get the foundations right before we want to even think about climbing up the divisions. For me, though, there was one area we needed an improvement from day one, and that was in between the sticks. It's an Aussie. I'm guilty. I always sign Aussies, but Jacob Chapman makes sense. We signed the Aussie goalkeeper from Huddersfield. They give us an A rating. 65 rated, 23 years of age. Let's see what Jacob Chapman can do. Let the Mr. Rebuild clean out at Blackpool begin. First man out of the club, striker Jake Beasley. Follow rapidly by 29-year-old defender Matthew Pennington. James Husband off to be a husband in Romania. While CJ Hamilton will be staying in League One, going to Birmingham, left mid is one of the big upgraded positions I want next. Going for a really nice addition here to the squad. 66 rated like Hamilton, but only 21 years of age. It is a guy that I have never heard of, never used in a rebuild. That is always exciting. It is the Austrian, not the Australian, left midfielder, Benjamin Kanjuric, signing on from the German lower league, signing on from FC Ingolstadt. And on the very next day, we're going to sign another guy from Huddersfield. I promise Huddersfield, I'm not going to steal your whole team. It is the Welsh striker, Joe Taylor, 1.6 mil for him. Ryan Finnegan's going to head off on loan. And so is Tom Bloxham, but he's not heading where I expected him to. When I put Bloxham up on loan, I was like, yeah, he'll go to like a League One or a League Two club. No, he's gone to Turkey for the year. Curious to see how Turkish Tom goes. I don't think my business is done for the year, but this is what we enter the first half of the season with. Nice little upgrades, moved to a 4-4-2 formation. Kanjuric, Taylor, and Chapman all into the starting 11, but I'm curious to see what this first half of the season holds. Carey starting over Josh Onoma and Evans. But yeah, curious to see where we're sitting on the table come January 1st. We are 1 point above the relegation zone right now. This is not where we want to be. 19th with Blackpool. All right, we've got a lot of draws. We're going to have to do something here, though. We need to do some work. But because we've had some players that we had in on loan, their parent clubs recall them, like Silvera and Tyler Evans, we now have no reserves. I want to spend money on a new left back, but we're not going to be able to. Oh my God, we're in a tough spot right now. All right, look, I'm bringing Jordan Rhodes back. How much is it to recall him from loan? All right, I'm bringing Jordan Rhodes back. He's not going to steal starting game time. He's going to sit on the reserves. And yeah, Ollie Norburn, another guy who's older, doesn't need to be getting game time, doesn't need the development. I'm bringing him back from Wigan. We have not been able to go ahead and get ourselves any transfer offers in for players I transfer listed. So the squad's going to have to stay the same. I'm just going to do what I can with the money I have and invest into our squad, into our coaches. Didn't do it before because I wanted to save as much money, but I need to just spend the remaining 500k we have on coaches. Give ourselves a fighting shot to get up this League One table. This is what annoys me. We have survived relegation comfortably. 11th place in the league. We have had an unbelievable second half of the year. Imagine if we started the first half this good. We would have been in the promotion picture if we actually pulled our finger out in the first half of the year. Positive signs heading towards next season, but I'm annoyed that we are 11th right now and not 2nd. I didn't use live start points for this one though, but Birmingham City have gone up regardless. Wrexham, not so much though. Liverpool win the FA Cup, Man City win the Carabao Cup, Stevenage win the BSM Trophy, and it is going to be Bolton going up in League One playoffs. Niall Ennis has had an insane second half of the year. I was debating terminating his loan in January and going in for a new striker. He's bagged himself 20 goals in the second half of the year. Great first year for Joe Taylor. Up to a 70, 19 goals. Rob Apter, somebody that I want to build into a superstar. here at Blackpool gets himself up to a 70. And Sonny Carey, our young core, really developing nicely. Speaking of development, Ryan Finnegan goes up +3 on loan. Turkey Tom +2. Zach Ashworth +2. Unfortunately, though, we're losing some of our key starting 11 players. I'm sad about Odell Ofaya going back to Brighton. Probably won't be able to sign him next year as well because he's going to be in too high of a league. Might go for another loan, though. Our golden boot winner, Niall Ennis, is going back to Stoke. If he was like 3 years younger, I definitely would have gone in for him. And the Indonesian centre-back, didn't use him too much, but Elkan Bagor going back to Ipswich. The second half of season 1 has given me a lot of confidence for next year. Let's build on it and go for a promotion push with Blackpool in season 2. Mate, our squad is decimated. We have 1 centre-back in the entire squad. Ollie Casey, the only centre-back. That needs to be priority number 1. I want to make the moves to get promotion, but I also want to make sure we can field an eligible team to start with. So there we go. We get our starting centre-back right off the bat. Had to get somebody in that is going to be a decent player for us to partner up with Ollie Casey for the next couple years. Another Welshman entering the squad, Joe Lowe, joining us from Wickham. And I want to make sure the squad numbers are sorted out. I'm not going for anybody insane. I'm just going for 2 free agent centre-backs, both of whom actually have played for teams I support in real life. Kip Keller, former FC Cincinnati centre-back, joining us on a free. And former Western Sydney Wanderers centre-back Tass Murtakardis joining us as well. All right, now focused on cleaning out the squad a little bit. Josh Onoma, what a fall from grace for him. The Englishman heading to Levante. I remember when he was playing at Tottenham and like he literally has lyrics in an AJ Tracy song. He was expected to be so damn good, but doesn't work out for everybody. I do intend on going for a new left back though. Hayden Coulson heading to St. Etienne. And Mackenzie Chapman, young goalkeeper, wanted out of the club, so I'm going to grant him his wish. I'm trying to give ourselves the best chance of getting promoted this season and season after season after season. I'm building the foundations and we have gone for a big left back. Yes, I know I can already hear the complaints. Jared, you always signed Australians. I signed the best player available. Just so happens that Jacob Varrell was the best player available. Chapman left as backup goalkeeper. Joe Walsh is coming in to replace him, along with Sean McGurk as another backup left midfield signing. But there is still one more big move I want to make to the starting 11, and I want to make sure we have the money to do it, which is why Ollie Norburn basically could have done a swap for Farrell, cashing in on Jordan Gabriel, who heads to Turkey, and finally Lee Evans, who heads to Switzerland. And here we go, fellas. We've got ourselves a new striker. It is a Costa Rican striker. Speaking of Costa Rica, I have seen the guy that is commenting on every single video, every single day. He's left a comment for over 400 days in a row, telling me to do a rebuild on Costa Rica. All I'm saying, your hard work is paying off, mate. I'm noticing you. Coming soon. But for now, Kenneth Vargas is going to join us. The Costa Rican signs on from Hearts for 1.9 mil. Busy bloody window, but my word, this team is in so much better of a position than it was this time last year. The starting 11 has our fingerprints all over it. Everybody around the 70 mark, which is important. But bro, we need to come out of the gates firing. We cannot afford a slow start like what we had last year. That was embarrassing. In the hunt, 1st of January, better start than last year. 40 points. We are 3 points away from Rotherham, 4 from Wickham. I want us in those automatic spots though. I don't want us sneaking into the playoffs. I want us automatically going up to the championship with Blackpool. We need more in the midfield though. Albie Morgan lagging behind compared to the rest of the squad. I'm going to cash in on him and try getting ourselves a marquee centre midfielder. Still got some decent money left over from the summer. Using that plus whatever we get from Morgan to go all out. So here we go. Albie Morgan has been sold. Going to give us an extra £1.45 million as we sell him to St. Etienne. And we will use that as we sign a young Swedish centre midfielder by the name of Otto Rosengren. Our new centre midfielder joins us from Malmo, £2.3 million. But will the addition of Otto Rosengren be enough to get us promoted to the championship? Bang! We have won the league. Not only do we get promoted, we win the damn league. 4 points clear of Wickham. We are heading up to the championship with Blackpool. I didn't mean to do that. Oh my God. I accidentally hit the right stick, but Peterborough made the FA Cup final. Anyways, looking back at League One like I intended, we win the league, we're heading to the championship. Crew, MK Dons, Wimbledon, Northampton go down. The Carabao Cup goes to Man United. Bristol win the BSM trophy, and Plymouth Argyle will be joining us in the championship. Gotta feel bad to an extent for Wickham, bro. They were up in the top 2, they came 3rd, and they don't even make the playoff final. Too bad, so sad. But Kenneth Vargas, oh my God, what a season he has had here at Blackpool. The Costa Rican striker bags himself 30 goals, gets +5 growth, and is going to be a superstar heading into life in the championship. Joe Taylor a 74 as well. Rosengren a 74. No one. Sonny Carey a 74. If Apter's a 74, he's a 73. God damn it, bro. But mate, we are going to be absolutely humming as we enter the championship. Jordan Rhodes will not be here for the championship journey, though. He is going to be retiring. We're in the championship, and I want a team that is more focused towards getting promoted to the Premier League rather than surviving relegation. Right now, I believe we're at the point where we should be focusing on quality over quantity. Going for a star right back here, it is Patterson, the Scotsman, joining us. Formerly of Everton, he is going to join us via the Austrian League. Our budget is not endless though. I'm going to have to sell some players on if I want to make another big signing. Ashley Fletcher will be heading to Austria. And a big move out of the starting 11, Andy Lyons staying in England but heading to Coventry. This right here was the toughest decision of them all though. Ollie Casey has been solid for us, but I want a new centre-back. We need a new centre-back. He's 25 years of age, 72 overall. We're going to get just shy of 3 mil for him. Our first Premier League signing though, I am absolutely buzzing from this. It is a man that I've watched with my own 2 eyes. Yerson Mosquera was on loan. He plays from Wolverhampton, but he was on loan at FC Cincinnati 2 seasons ago now. He was one of our best and most key players on our Eastern Conference Finals run, and I think he's going to fit perfectly into our squad. 25 years of age, 75 overall, big time upgrade, and a experienced player, I guess, for the dynamic of the squad compared to the rest of the squad. Yerson becomes our son. Yerson Mosquera joining us for 5 mil. Little free agent signing here, Sebastian Meyer. He's got the Karen haircut. He's joining us. I'm going to look to loan him out. He's 71 rated, 17 years of age, German midfielder. Could be a really exciting prospect. And there we go. We got a loan move for our favorite little lesbian, Sebastian Meyer, heading to Spain for the year. The championship is the hardest league in the world to escape. We're going to have to put up a magnificent run if we're going to get out. I don't know if it's going to be this year, but I can promise you guys one thing. I'm going to be trying to get out of the championship every single year. And don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get out of the championship by going up to the Premier League, not getting relegated back to League One. Okay. This is a good start. This is a really good start. 10 draws, 9 wins, 6 losses, 25 games in. 1st of January, we are on the outside of the playoffs. Look, we're not going to get automatically promoted. Ipswich are crushing it. Leeds are 14 points clear. But if we go on a little run, the playoffs are a real possibility. Not even close to the relegation zone either, though. I'm happy with that. That is brilliant. Let's see how the remainder of Season 3 shakes out. 1 game remains in the championship season. We are in prime position for the playoffs, sitting in 6th. However, Southampton, same points, same goal differential. If we lose to Millwall, they will jump us on goal differential. If we draw or win, then we go into the playoffs. Our destiny is in our own hands. Some of our players are growing like madmen at Bloomfield Road. Final day of the regular season, and we have lost. Is that gonna get us knocked out of the playoffs? Are you actually kidding me? It did. It dropped us down to 7th, and we miss out on the... Wow, we actually bottled that. We actually bottled that. Screw you, Millwall. Ipswich have had a great year, man. 102 points for them as they get promoted alongside Leeds. I cannot believe we bottled that. At least we weren't in the relegation zone. Cardiff, Stoke, and Plymouth Argyle go straight down. City win the FA Cup. Newcastle the Carabao Cup. And Burnley... Burnley made the Carabao Cup final. They are going up to the Premier League, but imagine if they'd won the Carabao Cup and got promoted and were directly into the Conference League. We had no teething problems this year, though. Both of our strikers absolutely pumping it. Taylor +5, Vargas +4, Rosengren to a 78. This team just continues to get better and better. Mosquera up to a 78. Okay, mate. I want to see, though, how did our favorite lesbian go? Sebastian Meyer goes up +3. That is not a bad start at all. Obviously gutted to miss out on the playoffs, but that is such a confidence booster to know that we are in a great position for Premier League promotion. Keep our foot on the gas in Season 4. I wasn't necessarily expecting to make this move coming into the year, but when the offer came through, the money got presented, it had me thinking, he really hasn't been performing. And when I say he, I'm talking about Benjamin Kanyarich. I've decided to sell him and cash in £14.8 million. It's an A rating. I think it's going to work out massively for us. I mean, that is a times 14 return on investment just about since we signed him in season 1. I'll take that. But we have absolutely smashed our previous club record transfer fee out of the water here. Another Swede into the side, this time, of course, at the left midfield role. It is a 78 rated 24-year-old. It is Jacob Ondrejka joining us from Parma. And then right back into what we know best, young Irishman Kieran Cassidy joining us on a free. Backup right back. The lesbian haircut is going worldwide. Another year, another loan move. Well, I guess he's not really going worldwide. He's going back to Spain. Little addition to the reserves here, nothing crazy. But some more centre midfield cover as the Scotsman Lewis Fiorini joins us from Stockport County. Taylor's hit the 80s. This team, a lot of it is way too good to be in the championship, and we need to use that to our advantage. We need to put our throat on the championship this year, get ourselves in the picture, because if we're playing another year in the championship next year, I can't see the likes of Taylor, Rosengren, Vargas, some of our stars wanting to waste their careers in the second division. Good. So far, so good. 1st of January, 10 points clear. That is massive. Just 2 losses, and we've scored 50 goals so far this season. Let's see if we can make it 100 by the end of the season. I think the game misheard us. I said I wanted 100 goals for, not 100 points. I'll take it though. We get 100 points. We finished 17 points clear of 3rd place Sheffield United. We have won the championship, and most importantly, we are heading to the Premier League with Blackpool. Come on. 2 years in League One, 2 years in the championship, 2 years till we win a damn Champions League in the Premier League. Probably not, but a man can have dreams. That is bloody brilliant though. We didn't stutter at all this year. 4 losses the entire year. The dynamic player potential is about to go crazy. Relegation zone. Who went down? Wrexham survived, but it's Birmingham, Barnsley, Bolton. Triple B, big baller brand. Crystal Palace beat Bournemouth to win the FA Cup. We haven't really done anything in any of the cups so far in this video. Chelsea win the Carabao. Sheffield Wednesday made it to the semi-final. But it will be Sheffield United joining us in the Premier League alongside Wolverhampton next year. This is what I want to see. How many goals? How many goals? Okay. Jacob Ondrejka gets himself 28 goals, 11 assists, and +5 growth in his first season at Blackpool. I think we made the right call getting him in. Kenneth Vargas coming from the clouds to be a superstar. Taylor is an 84. Dude, the dynamic player potential in this video has been unbelievable. I don't think we should have any nerves about being relegated next year. Our attack especially is off its face. 16 assists from Rob Apter cannot be. You can't turn your nose up at that. Only +1 growth though for Sebastian Meyer. That isn't ideal, I can't lie. We are entering the Premier League though with one of the best teams I think I have ever had going from the Championship to the Premier League. Relegation not on my mind. Instead, I'm hoping we can make a splash and find ourselves right near the top from season number 1. That Premier League money just hits different, lads. We need to use this so carefully, improve our weakest spots, and make sure that we're not even close to the relegation battle here. Blackpool are here to stay and make noise in the Premier League. Now, unfortunately, our 2 weakest spots of the squad are where my 2 Australian brothers stand. Left back and goalkeeper. That's exactly what I want to improve early days here in season number 5. So the first signing of Blackpool's Premier League era is for a left back in Hugo Bueno. The Spaniard returns to the Premier League, signing from Lyon for 24 mil, new club record. And I am going to say goodbye to Jacob Farrell. I want to cash in. We have a decent budget, but I want more. The Australian heading on a French expedition. Now for goalkeeper, we're going for somebody that used to be one of my go-to guys in career mode. I haven't used him too much this year, but I'm excited to see if I can reignite with an old flame. It's the Belgian goalkeeper Martin van der Voort, getting him from Girona to the Premier League, £22.5 million. A pickup, and he is 82 overall. Holy hell, lads. We could get over £110 million for Joe Taylor. I've received a transfer offer for the Welshman. I'm not accepting it though, but holy hell, that might be something we consider down the line. This might just be the best team to ever get promoted to the Premier League though. A first season team in the Premier League, hard to beat this one, man. I'm so curious to see how we start the season. I've kept about £13 million in the budget. I'm prepared to make moves in January if needs be. But let's just give it our all. Let's just give it our all with Blackpool. Step number 1, survive relegation. I think we'll be fine with that. Let's just see how far we can take season 5. Oh God. Maybe my confidence was I came into this way too cocky, man. We are here. We're sitting in 16th. We're only 3 points away from West Ham and Nottingham Forest, who are in the relegation zone. This is not good. There is a lot of room to grow. We go on a winning streak and we could find ourselves in European football. We're 7 points away from Burnley in 7th, but we're also 3 away from Forest and West Ham. All right, I'm cashing in on some players, lads. I'm going all out. I'm going for a new centre midfielder. Jacob Chapman, the Australian. I wanted to keep him as a backup, but I can't just have £13.2 million sitting on the bench. And one of the default original players at the club is leaving as well. Should be no surprise given I stated my intention for a new centre midfielder, but Sonny Carey, we thank you for your service as he goes to West Ham. We made the right call. We absolutely made the right call. I was questioning whether I should have done this or not, but when I've seen who we were able to get, we had a good shortlist, man. A really good shortlist. But ultimately, we get a man that is 4 years younger and 4 overall higher. It is Paxton Aronson, the American centre midfielder, signing here at Blackpool from Eintracht Frankfurt for 25 mil. We stabilized, but it's not enough. Again, just like season 1, our slow start cost us massively. We finished 12th. 47 points. End of the day, we didn't get relegated. Defense, the clear issue though. 60 goals against is going to hurt you every single year. It is Fulham, West Ham, Sheffield United that go down. Premier League champions this year, Manchester City, followed by Villa and Newcastle. Liverpool had a really good second half of the year. I think they were 9th on the 1st of January. Nottingham Forest won the FA Cup. We went out to QPR in the 4th round. Brighton beat West Brom in the Carabao Cup final. Mate, we went out in the 2nd round to Coventry. What are we doing there? The goal obviously is to win a Champions League title with Blackpool. Probably should start keeping tabs on how teams are going in those tournaments though. Real Madrid win an insane looking Champions League final. PSV win the Europa League. Meanwhile, Brighton top off a great season with a Conference League. Interesting. Jacob Ondrejka is the only person that really delivers. 20 goals, 3 assists. Both of our strikers, who are insanely rated, have pretty stinky seasons, I can't lie. Kenneth Vargas, 12 goals. Taylor gets insane growth, but only gets himself 11 goals. What's going on there? For a guy that is valued at £150 million, only 11 goals, that's like 10 mil. That's 10 and a half, 11 million pounds a goal. It really is weird to say that in a season where we've just been promoted to the Premier League and finished 12th, that I'm disappointed in the season, but I had such higher expectations, especially given how insane our attack is. Let's just get back to basics and keep improving this squad in Season 6. All right, fellas, it's the next day. I needed to come back with fresh eyes to figure out what we needed. A bit of inside baseball, but if I record more than like 5 or 6 seasons of a rebuild in a day, my brain is just absolutely fried. But my fresh eyes have given me fresh perspective. We need double Mosquera. We've already got one Mosquera in the back line. I'm bringing in another. It is Yerson and Christian Mosquera now, both our centre backs, and we're going to get Christian Mosquera from Augsburg for £30 million. But I want more money to make more signings in this starting 11. Joe Lowe has been an absolute beast, but I couldn't turn down 21.5 mil to send him to Man United. Same deal here with Nathan Patterson. I want a new right back, so I'm happy to take 22.5 mil from Newcastle to put towards that. Here we go, fellas. New right back into the club. I'm pretty pumped up about this one. The young Dutchman, Javaro Reed, joining us from Juventus. £30 million. He's 23 years of age, 82 overall, but I'm expecting him to grow massively in the next few years. So that's what we're doing for the opening window. Centre back out, centre back in, right back out, right back in. Still about £20 million in our budget, and I hate to say it, but honestly, if Apta doesn't have a blinder of a start to the season, I may consider upgrading him. And honestly, if Taylor's on track to score 11 goals this year again, and I'm getting £100 million offers for him, I genuinely might sell him and just go berserk and get a team that can win a Premier League this year. But we'll just see where we're sitting before I press the panic button. All right, yeah. 1st of January, we are 15th. We're 8 points clear of Wolves. I don't think we're necessarily in the relegation battle. We have a huge advantage right now. Man, we've got to climb up this table though. We are just as likely to get up to like the mid-table as we are the relegation zone. What is actually happening, dude? We suck in the first half of seasons. That being said, we are in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, so that is one shining light, but that still doesn't make our Premier League performances okay. Joe Taylor is safe for now, though. 11 goals already in this first half of the season. I say safe like he's not our best player. Vargas with 8, though. But honestly, I think it's time for us to upgrade Rob Apter, the captain. 0 goals, 1 assist, no growth. Valued at around £20 million. I could go and get somebody that's around the £40 million marker if we sell him, so I'm going to do that. But here we go. It has been done. The hunt for a new right midfielder is officially on. Rob Apter joins Brentford, £20 million. Is this about to be the difference maker? We've spent just about every last pound in our bank account, but we have signed the African midfielder Ernest Nuama from Napoli. £30 million to get him in. 83 rated, 26 years of age. I am pumped. Stinking it up in the Premier League, but we absolutely destroyed Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup semi-finals 6-1, which means we have a date with Chelsea. This stinker of a Premier League season might not matter because we might play Conference League football next year. Come on, fellas. At Wembley, Taylor up to an 89 now. Ondrejka to an 88. We verse Chelsea. Carabao Cup, EFL Cup final, and we win it 3-1 despite getting dominated. Oh my God, we got dominated 7-3, but Blackpool are clinical. Blackpool have won the EFL Cup, which puts a lot less pressure on us in the Premier League for the rest of the season. Just don't get relegated. Once again, we stabilize. Why can't we just start the seasons strong, man? We start a season strong and we're going to win the damn Premier League. We finished 12th though with Blackpool. European bound. It's just the Conference League, but I don't care. At least it'll give us a little more money and a little more experience in Europe. Wolves, Leeds, Ipswich go down. And the champions of the Premier League, once again, Man City in a very low scoring season. Arsenal beat Hull in an FA Cup final. Can confirm we put all of our eggs into the Carabao Cup basket. This still looks good, man. This still looks good. Borussia Dortmund beat Monaco to win the Champions League. Brighton win the Europa League. They're Champions League bound next year. And Arsenal win the Conference League. I'm so interested to see how we perform in the Conference League. We could absolutely have a run at it. Joe Taylor hasn't blown me away, but it's still an improvement on last year. 90 rated, 19 goals. I want more next year, though. 5 of those came in the Carabao Cup. Great year, though, from Ondrejka. 17 and 6 up to an 88. I thought he would be decent, but I never thought he would be this good. But here we go, lads. Conference League bound in season number 7. Bring it on. Red Bull money has just hit crazy. You guys need to see what I'm a little flustered. I didn't expect to sell Taylor. Wait and see how much money we just got for the Welshman. We just sold him to Leipzig for £310 million. 310 million pounds. I'm sorry, for a guy that scores 19 goals a season, I'm taking that every day. 310 million pounds. We just had what I believe is the biggest sale, the biggest transfer fee in football history come to this Blackpool club. That is unbelievable. Oh my God. I've just sold both of my strikers. That was not my intention coming into this year, but we got another insane transfer fee. Aston Villa just paid us £70 million for Kenneth Vargas. We were given about £40 million coming into this season. Our current budget is now £420 million. Are you taking the piss? I am about to make sure that this team is one of the best in the world. I am going to go absolutely berserk in this 7th season in the transfer window. I want a team that's going to win the Premier League, going to win the Conference League, going to win it all this year. First things first, we need to find 2 unbelievable strikers. I'm surprised I didn't get like the crazy cutscene for one of the world's best players. Lack of cutscene aside, I am pumped about this. It is Benjamin Sesko, the striker, coming to the Premier League for his first time in his career. 27 years of age, 88 overall, joining us from Bayern Munich for £80 million. But this is the one where we get the cutscene. Oh my God. We have got somebody that is an overall higher than Taylor, 4 years younger, and we've signed him for £200 million less. It is a Ghanaian striker. None of you have heard of him. He's a regen. He had 12 months remaining on his deal at Borussia Dortmund, and we have used that to our advantage. 91 overall striker, Abdoulaye Fati. Absolute freak of nature this kid looks like. I expect him to be a golden boot winner in the Premier League and a hero at Blackpool Football Club. Abdul Fati joining us for £100 million on the dot. I think my favorite thing in life right now are signing players with 12 months remaining on their deal, because we're not strapped for cash, but a bargain is a bargain. Monster addition to the backline, Italian Scalvini joining us from Bournemouth, going coast to coast, £60 million. And we follow that up signing a man that I very scarcely sign in rebuild, so I'm pretty excited about this one. Josko Vardiol, the Croatian, joining us as our new starting left back. Provides cover at multiple positions, 61.5 mil for him. That's right on his market value. Taylor, Vargas, thank you. Thank you so much, because you have just completely changed this team. Look at this team, dude. Look at it. And you want to know the best part? We still have £83 million in our transfer budget. I am going to make some moves in January. Whether it's for the starting 11 or the bench is going to really come down to how some of these guys perform, notably Aronson and Nuama. But holy hell, do we have a football team. I want us absolutely stomping on throats in the Conference League. I want us qualifying for the Champions League in the Premier League. No slow starts this year. Don't rely on winning a cup. I want demolition jobs from Blackpool in the Prem. Come on! Top of the Premier League table right now. There is a lot of competition. What I'm most interested in is Arsenal in 5th on 33. So we hold an 8-point advantage into holding on to one of these Champions League spots. 2 losses all year. Chelsea getting destroyed by the draws though. Just 1 loss for them, but 8 draws. Keep it going. Conference League also went well, not as well, but we finished 7th, meaning we automatically progressed to the next round there. So I'm going to go with option B that I spoke about in the summer, and that is upgrading our bench, making sure we have a bulletproof bench. Need a backup striker, signing 25-year-old Italian Francesco Pio Esposito from Inter. Brazilian keeper Diego Calais is going to join us as a backup goalkeeper, and Hayden Hackney making the move up from the Championship, joining us as a backup centre midfielder. Still work to be done with the bench, but I'm happy with how it is progressing compared to previous seasons. It's not going to be a Premier League title, but at least we are heading to the Champions League next year. Newcastle United actually get ahead of us here. We dropped the ball massively in terms of our losses, from 2 losses to 9 in the second half of the year, finishing on 69 points. Nice. But we are heading to the Champions League, which is our #1 priority. Liverpool finishing low there, but it's Everton, Leicester, and Coventry going down. Arsenal won the FA Cup. Round of 16 exit for us there. Man City win the Carabao. We actually lost to Leeds on penalties trying to defend our title. The Champions League goes to Real Madrid. The Europa League goes to Chelsea. But how did we go in the Conference League? Of course, we knew we came 7th. We got to skip the playoffs into the round of 16, where we demolished Rapid Vienna 6-1. Quarterfinals, we demolished Standard Liège 4-0. We are looking good so far. Semi-finals, we beat Wolfsburg 5-3. And then we are going to be versing Lyon in the Conference League final, which we win 3-0. We have absolutely cakewalked the Conference League there and have won our first major European trophy. Come on! This is what we were after. Sesko gets himself 33 goals. Fadi gets himself 26. Ondrejka is still an absolute beast. 22 assists, 17 goals. Beautiful stuff all around the park, lads. You compare that though, I'm probably going to go for a new right midfielder next year, I can't lie. Ernest Nuama, only 1 goal and 2 assists compared to Ondrejka on the other side, who gets 17 and 22. Not good enough. I'm going to be letting 2 players walk though. Ryan Finnegan, I tried to sign on a new contract, but he refused, going on a free. Tas Murtakatis, the Australian, I'm going to let him walk on a free transfer. Well, not even a free transfer. I'm just letting his contract expire. Finally, Champions League bound in season number 8. Conference League winners, 2nd in the Prem. Things are looking awesome at Blackpool. It was our #1 priority coming into this season, and we have made it happen. I wanted somebody established, somebody that had flair, somebody that I knew could get us just so much impact on the right-hand side of this midfield. And that is why the signing of Bradley Barcola is absolutely beautiful. The Frenchman, the latest superstar to join us at this star-studded Blackpool side, picking him up from Chelsea Football Club for 75 mil. Nwama has been utterly disappointing though. I debated having him as a backup right midfielder, but when you see the transfer fee that we've just conned Liverpool into, you'll understand why I'd rather just get a backup in anyways. A man that got 1 goal and 2 assists last year just got sold for £50 million. How is that a C? That should have been an A every day of the week. And that money goes directly into another star signing, this time in the centre midfield role. Aronson's been decent, but we need an upgrade there. Swedish midfielder Lucas Bergvall somehow playing for Burnley in this save. He's coming out of Blackpool. Gonna give Burnley even more of our money. Aaron Ramsey joins as a backup left midfielder. This team is unreal, man. I've accidentally gone and when I signed Bergvall, I signed him because he was one of the best players available, but it adds to our Swedish midfield. Bergvall, Rosengren, and Ondrejka, the 3 Swedes, are absolutely carrying this team. But holy hell, man. This is one of the best starting 11s I've built in a long time. Bergvall and Barcola. So curious to see how they perform. Second year for Fatty. This is going to be a fun one. When it comes to the Champions League, though, we have a whole new challenge ahead of us. We've already got European experience in the Conference League, but Champions League is a different animal. We start off with a tough challenge away at the Signal Iduna Park against Dortmund, away at the Bernabeu against Madrid, away against Club Brugge, home to Lazio, home to Fenerbahce, away in Romania, and then to round it out, home to PSG and home to Midtjylland. It's a real roller coaster. Dortmund, PSG, Madrid is brutal. Okay, it's a mixed bag in the Champions League. 16th right now. We're going to be in the playoffs. We don't get to go automatically. 3 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, 12 points. I mean, damn, we were 1 win out of the top 8, which is frustrating. And we have not got a favorable draw. There's a lot of big clubs around in these playoffs. Barca, Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man United, PSG, we get Leverkusen. Still, compared to some of the clubs we could have had, that's actually a let off to an extent. But still, you don't want to be versing Leverkusen. Also, we're in a really weird spot with the Premier League right now. Only 3 losses all year. We are 10 points behind Chelsea, but also 10 points ahead of Brighton, Villa, United, Spurs. So we've just got to go balls for the wall if we want to win a Premier League title. But here we go, fellas. Champions League playoff round. Rosengren is suspended for this first leg, so Aronson is going to enter the starting 11. Look at our starting 11, though. Look at it. It is ridiculous. Away at the Bay Arena, who are we going? How are we going to go here? We're going to win. It is Fatty with a brace. That's what my under-15s coach used to say about me whenever I'd score a brace. But we have got a 3-2 lead against Bayer Leverkusen. Rosengren back into the starting 11 here. Only 1 overall higher than Aronson now, which is pretty funny. But we're at Bloomfield Road. We have the lead against Leverkusen. And we get done 3-0. Are you actually taking the piss right now? Lang, Gyökeres. Oh my God, that is one of the great Champions League bottle jobs. From 1 goal ahead to 2 goals behind, we've been taken out by Leverkusen 3-0 in the second leg of the playoffs. That is actually embarrassing. Oh my God, man. All right, I guess we're going to go all out now for this Premier League title. Bloody hell. Second in the Premier League, 64 points. That's pretty low scoring season to get second. Burnley into the top 4. Our money clearly helping them out. Chelsea win the Premier League. This was such an open opportunity, man. Look at the draws. 16 draws. That burns my eyes. But at least we are heading back to the Champions League for next season. I still can't believe we went out where we did. Liverpool, United, mid-table clubs. Ipswich, Leeds, West Ham go down. Man United win the FA Cup. We went out in the round of 16 to Watford on penalties. What is doing this year? Arsenal win the Carabao Cup. We lost to them in the semi-finals. That is brutal. We've come so close this year to so many trophies, yet so far. Adding insult to injury, Leipzig win the Champions League with our boy Taylor over Newcastle. What's Taylor sitting at now? We sold him and he was 90, rated at 27 or 28. He's 29 now and he's 98 overall. Oh my God. 98 overall. Holy hell. That is actually fucking insane. Look at all the 99s. Gee, I hope we don't verse Leipzig. Our guys are still delivering, but my God, they're in the 90s, but they're not 98 overall. Our team is still just ridiculous, though. Bergvall, good first year. O. Rosengren, good year. On Draker, death taxes and him being a superstar. Gonna let 2 players walk, though. Sean McGurk and Terry Bondo, letting those guys walk on freeze. Playoffs exit is not good enough, though. I want a Champions League title. Let's make sure we get that done next year. As far as I'm concerned, the starting 11 is really good. And you know you're at a good spot when you're signing bench players and getting the marquee signing animation cutscene. I'm signing Jesus Rodriguez as a backup right midfielder, £63 million. This might be one of the best teams I've ever found in career mode. Our bench is going to be so strong that it could win a Champions League on its own. Joshua Champong, 84 rated, joining as a backup right back, whilst Rav Vandenberg accompanies Yersin Mosquera as our backup centre half. Thought we had a team good enough to win the Champions League last year, but look at it now. I mean, we have an interesting storyline developing. If we don't win it in the next year or two, we might have to consider getting some serious young upgrades because so many of our players are in their late 20s, early 30s, but still time is on our side. This team is unbelievable. This bench, most importantly now, is unbelievable. Oh, bring on the year. Major priority needs to be getting the automatic spots in the Champions League, though. We cannot afford to go through the playoffs. Playoffs last year are what eliminated us. There's no guarantee we would have gone further than the round of 16 if we automatically qualified, but we just need to remove the opportunity for variables, the opportunities to bottle losses. We've got PSV in the first game. Oh, okay, then we've got Leverkusen, a little bit of a mini revenge. They still have the last laugh, though, I can't lie. Athletic Bilbao in Basque country. Copenhagen, followed by Sparta Praha. Marseille, this is a lot more manageable than last year. Getting a little tougher as we get to the end, though. Milan, and we rounded it out against Borussia Dortmund. At least there is no PSGs or Real Madrids this year. Come on, that's more like it. Finally, we actually do what we couldn't do last year. We finished 5th. We're into the knockout rounds. Just the one loss in the Champions League phase. We skip the playoffs. Thank the Lord. Leverkusen are there. Betis, I say a prayer for you. And we're getting it done right now in the Premier League. Just one loss so far. 24 goals conceded is pretty standard. It's probably a little better than standard, but 55 goals scored is off its face. We are 11 points clear of Chelsea, 14 games to go. Do not lose the league. Round of 16, here we go. We have got Monaco. Oh, Real Betis actually beat Leverkusen. I'm actually happy to see that. Some big teams went out in the playoff rounds. Roma beat Bayern Munich. Stade Rennais beat Madrid rather. Real Betis beat Leverkusen. Club Brugge beat AC Milan. Monaco beat Barcelona. Almost every single result in the playoffs was an upset. But that makes me put so much more caution towards this Monaco game. Dude, I did not notice this though. Otto Rosengren is out for the next 4 months with a broken tibia. That is absolutely brutal, not beautiful. Paxton Aronson back into the starting 11. That's kind of dampened my mood a little bit. We travel to Monaco. He's going to be out for the rest of the season, basically. We're in March. All right, let's just focus on what we've got to do. Let's focus on this. The team is still unbelievable, and we do not show it. We get a 1-1 draw. Oh, if we go out in the round of 16, I'm going to cry. The first league in Monaco, I came in feeling very optimistic and pretty confident. Right now, though, I am on nerves. We have 0-1 record in second legs in the Champions League at home. Let's change that. Please, lads, let's change that. Oh my God, we almost bottled it. We almost went out. That is a crazy game. 4-4, but we have got it done. Nunez equalized for them. They take the lead, dude. That is a classic. 5-5, we take out Monaco on penalties. God damn. Into the quarterfinals, it is an all-English affair. We're the only 2 English teams remaining, Chelsea versus Blackpool. Last time we watched a game against Chelsea, we beat them in the cup final, but Chelsea have been really good in this entire video. It's going to be a tough match. Barkler against his former side. Fatty up to 94 overall right now. Aronson up to an 86. First leg at the bridge is a 1-1 draw, which we dominated statistically, but we've got a massive job still to do at home. Our last 2 second leg games have been a 3-0 loss last year and an insane win on penalties. I don't think I'm ever going to feel comfort with this Blackpool team in a second leg, especially at home, but we get through again. Keep changing the narrative. This is such a stressful season. We get past Chelsea. We're into the semi-finals. Don't put ourselves in this position again. Jesus Christ, an Italian invasion in the semi-finals. Napoli, Lazio, Roma, Blackpool. It would be pretty crazy. It's not looking like it right now, but it would be crazy if it was Lazio versus Roma, a Rome derby in the final. That would just... Rome would burn to the ground. They may as well play the final at the Colosseum, but... we're versing Roma in the semi-finals. Sesko suspended for the first leg. Esposito comes in. Dude, I just want a comfortable win. I'm already going grey. My hair's grey enough. I don't want to get more grey hairs. Please don't give me more grey hairs. We're going to have more grey hairs. Oh my God. Somebody call up my barber. Tell him get the dye out. Oh my God, 2-2. Sesko is back in the starting 11, but for the third time this season, we have a draw heading home for the second leg. Big stakes though. This is for a spot in a Champions League final. I still feel pessimistic. I am not hopeful at all. Just do it. Come on! Ondrejka is going to score the goal. Oh my God, that is huge pressure off. We're heading to a Champions League final to verse either Napoli or Lazio. Bloody hell, fellas. Not really a huge surprise here, but the 2033 Champions League final, Blackpool versus Napoli. Here we go. A look around the grounds. Man City lost the Europa League final to Hoffenheim. Lyon win the Conference League. We have won a Premier League title, finally, with Blackpool. 5 losses all year, 86 goals scored, 87 points. At the top of English football. Liverpool down in 10th. Some of the big dogs having stinkers, but it is Hull, Leicester, and Wolves. That's brutal. Wolves and Leicester go down on 41 points. Arsenal win the FA Cup over Watford. We lost to Spurs in the 3rd round. Meanwhile, Wolves win the Carabao Cup. We lost to Wolves in the semi-finals. We could have been in prime position for a treble, but it is time for a Champions League final. Abdul Fadi, I can't wait to use this guy. 94 overall, 39 goals. Sesko gets 28 and 16. Dude, this team needs to be... This team is unbelievable. Our Swedes, unfortunately no Rosengren for this one. Would have loved to use him, but our team is absolutely unbelievable. Rodriguez getting a lot of game time this season. I can't wait to see how this pans out. Blackpool, Napoli, let's get the job done in this monster rebuild. Is that Endrick? Endrick plays for Napoli and Zaire Emery. All right, I know why they've made this final. We need to be on guard right now. Duranville, they've got all of the bloody wonder kids and they've come out of the gates firing. Ondrejka to take the corner here. Our hero in the semi-final. Can he find somebody's noggin? Get to it. Mosquera running onto it. Barkala. Vardiol. Out wide. Nicely done. Ondrejka. Put a good ball to the back post. We don't have the height. Fatty almost made something happen, though. No. Don't know who that is, but he's made a good run there. Napoli are a real deal. Go on. Don't know where the defender's going. It's Fatty. Oh! Oh my God, what happened? Get the tap in! How the hell has that happened? I'm not going to complain about it. I don't know how that ball ended up at Sesko's feet. It was a shocking finish because I wasn't expecting it. We've got the ball magnetized to our feet there. I tried to beat the defender. I think that was Simikan. God, Sesko should have scored it, but I'm not complaining that Fatty did. 1-0 out of nowhere. Mosquera absolutely dominating Endrick there. Go on. Sesko, just back yourself, mate. He's big, he's strong, and he's gonna make it too! Sesko is such a beast, bro. Oh my God. That all came from Mosquera dominating Endrick. But Sesko dominates this Napoli defense. We are 2-0 up. Come on. We're on the counter-attack here. Barkala. Come on, lads. We can put this one to bed. A lot of Napoli players. I want to get it, though, to Sesko just like that. 3-0. Oh, my God. This dude is a freak. I need to go show some love, though, to Barkala. That was all set up by him. Oh, my God. Come on. Come give me a kiss. Come give me a kiss, Bradley. Endrick. No. Shot save Van der Voort. Come on. I want the clean sheet in this final. Come on. There it is. One of the rebuilds, if not the rebuild of the year, has just been completed. A monster rebuild with Blackpool. And we show just how good of a team we have built. Murdering Napoli in this final. And one of the stars of this rebuild. We have gone through so many eras with this Blackpool team. But Ondrejka has been a superstar. A consistent consistent star every single season, and it is only right that he is the man wearing the captain's armband as we make Blackpool European champions. Lads, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you click here to subscribe if you aren't already, and click here to check out my Sunderland career mode that I've just started on my second channel.